What's going on, guys? Juice Massey here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip, and today is going to be Saturday the 19th of May. And as we do in every single episode, we've got confirmed deals to go through as well as the potential rumours. So just before we get started, if you enjoyed the video and enjoyed transfers, make sure to show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, press the subscribe button for more and press the notifications tab next to it to receive and alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's videos, I've done 2 of them. They'll be down below in the description box. Transfer videos every single day at 8 AM and the second upload, if there is one, it'll be at 9 PM. And finally, in the comments section below, what football team do you support? Right, let's start off with the confirmed deals. And the very first player being Ayub, going to Feyenoord from FC Utrecht on a free transfer. Paris was agreed a few months ago in advance, so pre-contract agreement, and this will suggest a lot in the comments section. So apologies that I missed it for the first 1 or 2 episodes, but I've got it in now against a free transfer as moving to Feyenoord. Then we go on to Jamie Murphy going to Rangers in Scotland from Brighton, and the fee is around £1 million. That's a 3-year deal. Then we have got a defender called Yeardom going to Reading from Barnsley on a free deal. And the final player is page a Brasilva called Ailton going to SC Braga in Portugal from Stuttgart in the Bundesliga on loan for the whole season. I know nowadays on FIFA, like, the silver players aren't reused too much, but that is a Brasilva. That's not even too bad. Good pace about and good physical. Just that unfortunately this year silvers aren't reused at all. Hopefully for FIFA 19 they do make a return. Now we've gone to page number 2, and the very first one, the first player is David Meyler. Yesterday it was confirmed he'll be leaving Hull City on a free transfer, and it doesn't say where he'll be going, but either way, as of right now, he's going to be a free agent and looking for a new club. And one thing about David Meyler as well, aside from being a footballer, you probably know this, he uploads YouTube videos and streams on Twitch. And he's crazy good at FIFA Ultimate Team as well, because he gets top 100 in FUT Champions. Now we go on to Asama from Juventus yesterday, and they confirmed he'll be leaving Juventus and will be a free agent this summer. There are a couple of places saying potentially he might be going to Inter Milan on a free transfer alongside De Vrij, but as of right now, nothing is confirmed. Now we've got a contract extension being Lewis Cook, and yesterday he signed a new deal with Bournemouth until 2022, it's a 4-year contract extension. Now we've got a couple of managerial changes, the very first one, Stoke City ex-manager now being Paul Lambert. Yesterday they confirmed he'll be leaving the club after relegation with Stoke from the Premier League. Then we got Carlos Carvalhal, who started off very well at Swansea City when he came in, and honestly he came in a very bad situation because they were pretty much relegated when he came in anyway. He got a fair amount of points on the board, beating Liverpool, beating Arsenal, and I think he beat one more team on top of it, like a top team, but unfortunately for him they got relegated still, and he's now lost his job. But I think it's safe to say he'll still be getting job offers despite relegation, as he did show his potential there in the big games against Arsenal and Liverpool. And now we've got 2 managers that have now got jobs again, one being named a permanent manager now being Darren Moore at West Brom, and despite being relegated it was not on him whatsoever because he's done a great job, 5 games in charge, I believe 5 unbeaten, and he got the Manager of the Month award for April. And yesterday West Brom confirmed him as an official manager now for next season in the Championship, and hopefully for them he can help lead them back up. And the final one today is going to be Steve McLaren. I don't think he's a great manager anymore, but yesterday QPR confirmed him on a 2-year deal. And now moving on to potential deals, and the very first one is going to be Abel Hernandez from Hull City. So according to Yorkshire Evening Post today, they're saying Leeds are keen on signing the striker, but Celtic can offer him so much more. He will be a free agent because his current contract at Hull City is about to expire, and again according to Yorkshire Evening Post, they're claiming that Leeds are preparing an offer for him. From Leeds' perspective, it'd be considered a good transfer because he's a goal scorer and has played the Championship before, but in regards to the Celtic interest, that can make it a difficult transfer to pull off. And next up, we got a very short one according to Daily Mirror. Aston Villa have scouted Porto striker Moussa Marega in preparation for a possible return to the Premier League. It doesn't mention any kind of fee, but the transfer itself would depend again on Aston Villa beating Fulham in the Championship playoff final. And now moving on to another FC Porto player, this time being Ricardo Pereira. He featured in yesterday's episode in fact. According to A Bolo today in Portugal, Leicester have agreed a fee with Porto of around £17.5 million plus add-ons. He's 24 years old and he's a Portuguese international, and it's safe to say he's an upgrade on Danny Simpson. And the Daily Mirror are saying the same thing, that Leicester have agreed a fee for him, but the total fee this time, it says 17.5 plus add-ons, is 22 mil. And moving on to another Portuguese international, this time it's Ruben Neves from Wolves, and according to the Express in the Daily Star today, Ruben Neves has no interest in leaving Wolves despite reported interest in 21-year-old from some of the biggest European clubs. And now moving on to the next page, the very first one is according to a journalist that works at Gazzetta dello Sport and also Calcio Mercato, and he said Liverpool are interested in signing Sampdoria midfielder Lucas Torreira, who's currently got a £21.8 million release clause. But some other reports in Italy are suggesting that Napoli are also pushing for Lucas Torreira as a replacement for Jorginho, who his agent right now has said that he's interested in 5 Premier League clubs or shown interest, but the main one is Man City. And Torreira is rated very highly, so £21.8 million in this market for someone that good, I imagine a lot of clubs are looking at him. And next to him is another player linked to Liverpool quite a bit so far this summer transfer window, or just before the summer transfer window, being Fekir from Lyon. Lyon's manager called Bruno Genesio, sorry if I said that wrong, has hinted that their meeting with Nice this weekend could be Fekir's last match for the club. I believe as L'Equipe last week did say Liverpool had agreed a fee for Fekir, around 17 million euros or something, or 63 million pounds, and since then nothing really new has come about it. But because Liverpool are in a Champions League final, I imagine we want to keep the transfer gossip and that to a low, just to stop any kind of distractions before the final, and after that the business might pick up. But I definitely would not be against the idea of Fekir in a Liverpool shirt because he's a very good player and also going to France for the World Cup this summer. Next up, we've gone to Alvaro Morata, and this one is according to Daily Mirror. Dortmund have joined the chase for Chelsea striker Alvaro Morata after being blocked in their efforts to sign Michy Batshuayi on a permanent basis. And obviously back in January, Dortmund did get Batshuayi on loan for the rest of the season, done a great job, did pick up an injury towards the end, but his goals to game ratio is brilliant for them and he helped them a lot. But since then, there are some reports suggest that Chelsea are asking for £60 million plus for him. And Morata, his first season in a Chelsea shirt didn't really go to plan because yes, he got an okay amount of goals, I think it's 15 or so, which isn't a crazy amount, isn't a bad amount, but still kind of in the middle. But for the amount they paid for him, £17 million or around that mark, they probably expected 25-30 goals last season, which is pretty high expectations, but now Dortmund, they could try and buy him. And next up, we've got Mikel Arteta again potentially becoming the manager of Arsenal. So this time, first up according to Goal.com, Mikel Arteta has agreed to become the new manager of Arsenal, and an official announcement is expected in the coming days. And Sport are saying that Man City and in particular Pep Guardiola have given Arteta permission to speak to his old club. And next up, according to Rai Sport, Napoli have placed an 104.7 million, 104.7 by the way, price tag on Koulibaly in an attempt to deter interest from Real Madrid, Chelsea and Manchester United. Everyone knows he's a fantastic defender in real life and there's going to be a lot of interest in him. Last season, in fact, or last summer, Chelsea were trying to get him. I think the fee back then was £45 million or so, and they probably wish they got that done. And next up, according to the Daily Mail, Chelsea are compiling a shortlist of potential signings, which includes Jean-Michel Seri of Nice and Anthony Martial from Manchester United. And it does seem that today's match against Manchester United in the FA Cup final, it will be Antonio Conte's last game in charge of Chelsea. So this shortlist won't be shown to him, it will be shown to his successor. And 2 days ago now, France revealed their World Cup squad, the 23-man team, and their backup players. And for Martial, it wasn't good news, he didn't make the 23-man cut. Instead, he is classed as a backup player alongside the likes of Lacazette. That France team, by the way, is absolutely stacked from goalkeeper to attack. They got so many great players. But yeah, Martial's not in the team, which for him, he may be looking for a move for more game time. There were reports anyway suggesting he might be looking for a move elsewhere, and Chelsea, I can't remember if I linked to him before or not. The main club, it was Juventus. So for one Frenchman potentially leaving Manchester United this time, we've got one potentially going to them. It's according to Le 10 Sport today, and they said that Manchester United is set to begin discussions over signing of Sidibe. Monaco want more than the £52 million they received last summer from Man City for Benjamin Mendy. And just like last summer, it seems that Monaco will lose a lot more key players again. Last summer they had Bakayoko go, that didn't really work out too well for him though. Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Benjamin Mendy, and this summer it could be Sidibe and Fabinho. And now move on to the final page, and the very first rumour is going to be about Sergio Busquets and potential move to Manchester City. So according to Marca today in Spain, Manchester City are not interested in Sergio Busquets anymore after learning that Barca will not allow the midfielder to leave for anything less than €200 million release clause. And if you do believe the rumours, it does seem that Pep wants to link up a few of his ex-Barca players, obviously being Busquets right here, but a couple of days ago it was Iniesta as well. And now according to Calcio Mercato, Manchester United have offered €91 million plus add-ons for Latvian midfielder MILINKOVIC-SAVIC. Now there does seem to be a lot of genuine interest in MILINKOVIC-SAVIC from big clubs, including Paris Saint-Germain a couple of days ago, because his agent being Matthias Kezman and stuff, and today you got Manchester United. And let's face it, if he has a good World Cup, based off previous years like James Rodriguez in 2014, if a player has an outstanding World Cup, they usually get a massive move to follow that. And now moving on to the second to last one today, being Dembele from Barca, and it's basically a quote from Guillaume Balaguer. And by the way, I say it every single time, but Guillaume Balaguer is not the most reliable of journalists, to be honest, in my opinion, so take what he says with a pinch of salt. But yesterday he was asked on Twitter doing a live Q&A whether Liverpool were interested and whether Barca would consider letting him go. And he went on to say that my understanding of the situation is that right now they will let him go on loan. And it's mad to think that 1 year ago he forced to move to Barca for a fee, I think it's like 116 million euros, so a very expensive player. Obviously a massive talent, one of the best talents around right now, and the one thing I really like about him, he loves taking a man on, but the main thing is that he's great with both his right and left foot. It's like a real rarity nowadays. Even said in an interview a couple years ago, playing for Rennes in France, that he doesn't know what foot he is. And for Barca last season, it didn't really go to plan because he picked up an injury, and when he did play, he got decent numbers, but again, the injury, it kind of set him back a little bit. And now moving on to the final one today, being David Alaba linked to Real Madrid. And this whole article and story is based off some quotes from his dad, who's also his agent. He's been speaking to AS and the quotes do say, "Everyone knows that Real Madrid are really interested in David, but we can't say anything right now. We'll see what happens in the summer. Now it isn't the moment to discuss the interest in him. Everyone already knows of Madrid's interest, it's no secret, but right now there's nothing to say. And he has to wait and see at the end of the season." And Sport Bild in Germany have also written the same kind of article about it, and basically apparently Alaba has said it's time to take the next step in his career. And it will be an interesting one to look out for because of what his dad said about a potential move and wait until the end of the season. In a couple weeks time we may find out more. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So as always, if you enjoyed it and enjoyed transfers, make sure to show support by leaving a like rating and be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, press the subscribe button for more and press the notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's videos, there were two of them. The very first one, of course, every single day at 8 AM, there's a transfer video, but the second one was a FIFA Generations one. So if you missed it, down below in the description box. And in the comment section below, what team do you support? So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.